Okay. I'm so glad you're here and that you're ready to go.
Why, thank you, dear. I owe you a favor.
I wasn't here. Good enough though. Welcome. We're grateful to have Sister Tuckett here. She is a guru, I guess you'd say, with video.
Friend to all these people, actually.
Oh, she is one of our good genealogists, and we're grateful that she's here to share her knowledge with us tonight. And I'm going to ask Milan to give an opening prayer, and then we'll get started.
Oh,
Okay, thank you,
big
Milan.
language. Oh, Father, who art in heaven, Father, we thank you for being here, for helping patrons in genealogy questions. And tonight we listen to a class, Sister Tuckett, and we ask you, Father, the Spirit will be with us and our minds be alert and receive the information and understand it, that we can also use it. And this we ask you, Father, in the name of our Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, Susan, it's all yours. Thank you.
Okay. We have no participants yet, so if anyone looks at this recording in the future years, welcome. Okay, so what I was asked to teach was using virtual pedigree. Using virtual pedigree to find temple names. Has anyone used virtual pedigree before to find temple names? Yes. Okay. So I am busy like you're busy. If this is not helpful to you and you leave at any point in time, I am not offended. I'm just telling you. Secondly, I have this entire presentation ready to email you after class. You can come up and I can email it to you. So it is a total step-by-step. And you are welcome to share that beyond that. It was created by, this is my sister down here, Lauren Leifson. And so she's given permission for that to be shared. So you are welcome to do that. Okay. Virtual pedigree is a looking mechanism that interfaces with family search. And it very quickly solves problems like people that say, all my work is done, or I don't have anywhere to go. It helps you see very quickly how large the tree is that they're working on and how many places there are to go. So this is me. I am a cook that married a Tuckett. So this is me. Hi, come on in.
Yeah, I'm happy.
All right. So then what's nice about this, it doesn't, okay, the looking is different. It pulls all the information from family search. All the information comes from family search. It doesn't look different than that. If you update something in family search, it updates here. I cannot update in virtual pedigree. It's just a projection. It's just a camera. So there's my mom and dad, and it goes up and up. See how it spreads out there? And it goes out until I run out of people. And we all run out of people somewhere. And we usually run out of people back here about 1700 because the records are so scant. So what this enables you to do is, in the first place, quickly look at your generations. And it's color coding as we go along. If John Tingy has his entire family done, even for all three of his wives, he has no color coding. Move on. John needs nothing. And so that's nice too, because people they stumble on rechecking. So it helps you move on. So then when you find a color, it might mean, hey, there's some work here to be done. If there's not a spouse, that's possible that there could be work to be done. So Elder Gong, Elder Nielsen, you can find it out there in General Conference a couple of times, this stunning fact. 80% of all people who have ever been born on this earth were born since 1820. 80% of all people ever born since 1820. I don't think that's any coincidence. That was the year of the first vision when you open up to be able to get people here and save people. But anyway, that's what it is. So our direction from the church is to try and clean out 1800 to 1900. And after that, the Lord will open up records that are earlier. So I can pick anybody back here in all of this tree. And they are asking us to find somebody born close to 1800. So I'm going to go to Heavens, George Tingey. And I am going to switch. I need to move that. I need to get to a button that's right under there. So I'll change the screen size, I guess. That'll help get me there. Yeah. So that changed George in the middle. Remember, I was in the middle and you could see my kids and then my parents and on up. So I just switched it. Now George is in the middle. And if it keeps going, these are all my ancestors, right? Because George is one of mine. Are you with me? Yes or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, what
So-
button was underneath there that you pushed to change it to him?
I'm going to show you in just a second. So there's George, but here's the difference. Now I can look at all of George's descendants. And it stretches out as fast and as far as the other one did. So it's just stunning. And while it searches, you can go make a sandwich and come back. And while it searches, it's going to make a tally over here of all the people that green means. There he is right there. Thomas Mark Walker has 5 ordinances ready right now. And blue is record hints. Henry Oscar Walker has 2 record hints I could go check. So it's a tool. So it hasn't done anything yet that Family Search can't do, right? You see that? Hasn't done anything different, but it's faster. So it excites people like, oh my gosh, my tree is huge. No wonder Heavenly Father wants me to go up, over, down and find these cousins. There's a whole lot of them. Thousands and thousands. Okay, so into this that I'll share with you. I'm just going to go through it one step at a time with a stranger, not on my line. So it's just like I'm helping somebody else. And how do I advance this slide? Okay. No, that's just moving it. I guess I have to do it. How do I advance this, people?
Click on it. Maybe you can use that.
Isn't that odd? Because I can see my slides right there.
Might be where that is, the heading for Zoom. Where's the heading for Zoom?
Here, this. Oh, maybe it was still loading.
Is this class being recorded?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go back in and open it up again. And share again. Well. Slideshow. Maybe I have to do it in a slideshow. Maybe that will work. Yep. Okay, so we're trying to find an ancestor that needs temple work and then take them to the temple and be able to teach someone else how to do that. That's what we're trying to do. So you can Google search virtual pedigree, which is the name of this, or BYU virtual pedigree, or here is the URL that you can use. And it will go, that's what it looks like. And you'll log in with Family Search and your computer knows your Family Search. So as soon as you say log in, you'll be there. Okay, this is not just some person at BYU that's doing their own thing. It's Family Search certified as a partner. So please trust it and use it. All right, so the person we're using is Alvin Charles Bolton, born in 1943. He's what we call our root. He's got branches down here, but we can't see them because they're all living still. And he's got ancestors. So I can go up his, I can scan up in his, just like I showed you, and turn back around and come down, and that's what we're going to do. Everybody with me? It's like junior high class. Okay. Okay, so I don't know how to like, okay. We can move that. Okay, so step one, we're climbing up the tree. We started with Alvin. And we're going up to his father and his mother and his father, etc. And we're going back about 7 to 10 generations. And we're going to get to William Fincher. And then we're going to turn back around and come down his tree. So I need to minimize this. View. I think I'll just have to stop sharing and open up the other one. All right, so now I'm in it live. This is where I was. And I am looking for, I had to look up his personal ID number. And it is L299. LM. Okay, there he is. So now it's not going to search for my guy over here anymore. It's going to start searching for Alvin. So I'm jumping up those trees. This was the first one, the father, then the mother, and then the father, I think. That was a Fincher. It was him, wasn't it? William Fincher. William Fincher. So this is what you want to know. Set as root. Now right there, it's going to give me a summary on family search. His work is done. So he might be somebody that we would say, well, check, he's done. We'll move on somewhere else. So let's just see. Let's set him as a root. And so now it's going to turn him around and I can see his descendants. And now it's going to go down his tree. This is how we went up. 7 to 10 generations till I get to the end of the 1700s, turn it around, set it as the root, go back down.
So it's going back down automatically,
No,
just reverses.
no, I'm dragging it to tell it to go down. But it is,
Set for that, so you can drag it to do it in reverse.
yes. It is doing this automatically. It is, I have to remember which one is. Yes, it's hunting over here. And it's going to keep doing that until it runs out through the thousands of descendants that this man has. So make a sandwich, come back, see what you have. So in the first place, it's an easy thing to look at again and excite people that you're trying to help because it's so visual. So let's keep going with our steps then. And I'm going to leave this virtual pedigree now and just show you the steps here. All right. Okay. So it's come down from William, one generation, to his son, to a daughter, granddaughter, to a great granddaughter. And it's picking someone right here. And look at this. Yellow means, green means ready for temple work. Yellow means pause. We need more information, or we might need a spouse. Red means stop. There's no work here. It was a 3-year-old that died. Stop looking, save your time, go on. So that's where we're coming down to, is this family, 4 generations down. So here's the temple submission policy, because when you're helping people up, over, and out in the cousins, then they say, well, can I do their work work. I mean, it's not my great grandfather. So here's the policy. You can do descendants of your ancestors. I remember when my parents turned in their 4 generation chart to the church. Do you remember that when that was the calling? 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so now what are we, 16? Are we 14 or 16 generations now back that we can go up and over down? So what's going to happen 10 years from now? If we clear that out, it's just going to go more, right? It's going to go higher. So same process. Okay, so here's our family, John Franklin Maxwell, and she just picked him. She could have picked anybody on this example. And when you go home and practice, you can pick any one of them. The likelihood of them all needing the same amount of help is great. Why? Because whoever did this research and let go of this family at this point, let go of them all at the same time. So if he's missing a spouse, it's extremely likely she's missing a spouse, etc. So, got so many screens going. This is who we're going for, John Franklin. Oh, I need to back up. I'm not going to jump back and forth between the two anymore. But they do jump back and forth. I can jump from family search to pedigree, back to family search to pedigree. So if I click right here on John Franklin and say I want to see that in family search, it will take me to that information. Remember when I set it as a root? It's right there. There's my information. But I want to see it on family search to see if there's any record hints that have shown up for him. Are we good or not? Good? Okay. I know I talk too much. All right, here's those siblings we saw. Here's the family that some prior researcher let go of because it was too far out for them. They moved on. And here he is. He does not show a spouse or children. So from here, it's just all that you know. Is there a record hint? Is there an ordinance? No, not for him, but is there a record hint? Yes, and it happens to be find a grave, which is awesome always, if that's the one that's there. My screen froze for a second. Oh, now it's letting me scroll. That's nice. Okay, so this is the one that I want to look through. And I pull up find a grave and it looks just like find a grave you always see. Everybody okay? And I can review and match. Everybody's good on this, right? Okay. So there's the wife, there's one child. So then I can go on to my next. Can I verify a marriage? Is there a hint for that? And it's telling you first, right? Because do you teach people these are listed by easiness? This is how I teach them. If the record's in family search, it's the easiest way to connect it. If it's not there, the next easiest way to find and connect is ancestry. If it's not there, and down the line. So I start at the top and try them out that way. So there's the find a grave record. And there's that many people with his name, but it shows up right at the top and you can match it by the dates. So then you're good. And then it's going to go to the Missouri marriages, pull up the marriage record. Am I okay to keep going fast here because this is all regular stuff? And so then go to the next one, the 1900 census, and there they are, a bunch of kids in 1900. And then there's the census record and it can be attached. And
How do you attach it?
this one is in family search. And so I would just click right there and attach it. What if it wasn't in family search? How would I attach it? Add a source, put the link in, right? Okay, so there's 6 children. So that, in my experience with helping people, this is where it makes a difference. People are happy to use ordinances ready and get a name, but they don't understand where the name came from, how they're related, or if they're part of a family. But as soon as you can say, oh, the father of 6 kids that lived in Missouri it doesn't take very much for it to mean something. That's where I see the value of this, because it quickly helps them see and find a family. At 1900 census, add them all, all of this, stop me if I hit something you don't know. 1910 census, same thing. So what the program has done is first allowed you to find a grave, and then the marriage record, and then a census record, and then you verified a whole family. No microfiche. Yay. So it all started there. Now let me see what else she has on here. Okay. So it's just taking us back to this. So in a review, you're climbing your tree 7 to 10 generations, putting that person as a root, flipping that person around and coming back down their tree. Now, if you were able to find a family of 8 in a few minutes on one branch of his tree, where are you going to go next to find the next family? A sibling, right? Isn't that going to be the next thing you do? You've got his, so you're going to go to those siblings. You could have 80 people in those grandparents. Somebody wrote an article a long time ago, and see if you remember it, but it was about family history, but it was a grandfather taking a family photo, and one grandchild couldn't be there, and he said, halt, no photo till the last grandchild is here, and then we take a photo. And then he just shared that as family search. You don't leave a family till you know you've got everyone. So anyway, you could go back to that same person. If you're helping a member and they had fun with this, you can go back the next time and find a whole different person and do the same exercise, right? Or you can go back in to a sibling. You have a starting place for them to go. And then attach the record hints, search any other records that are there to match, reserve the temple ordinances, print the temple cards, take them to the temple. It's the same thing. So that's the only difference. That's not too hard. It just helps them visualize better. I keep repeating myself.
And I think you have to practice it. But it's great.
So what I would do, and if you want, not many of you have your laptops, and so that's fine, but that's what I would do first. When my husband, when I was trying to teach, he's like, what do you do? Like, I don't get it. Like, what do you do? And he's like, over family history. And it wasn't clicking for him. And so I went to our file. I got our children's birth records out. I got our marriage record out. I got his dad's death certificate out. And I laid it out on the floor. And I said, tell me how you know this is a family. And then that kind of clicked with the records. So then we went online to Family Search, to his parents on Family Search, and pulled up the census records, and he could see them as little children. And then 10 years later, they were 10 years older, and it clicked for him. So in this or anything else, let people practice on their own family first, so that when they're pulling up those records, they're going, oh, that makes sense. I know who that is. And then go out to a stranger. Questions?
Maybe you can go over again. That's good.
Okay, this is what we'll do.
I got the emails collected for you.
Okay, all right. So I will send that email out at the end of the class. And it's exactly what you just saw. And you can practice as much as you want. So I will go through it again. If you're done, go have a nice evening. Don't you hate it when you're in a meeting and you feel like you have to stay? You're like, I know all this stuff. Okay. Does somebody else want to come up and practice teaching it?
Was this program designed to find temple names, the virtual pedigree? Is that the purpose of this program?
Just to do what you just saw. You can only look, you can't attach records, you can't change connections. If you find an error in there, and you can see it, if somebody's hooked your wrong people up, you cannot change it there. You have to go back into family search, change it, and then when you look on virtual pedigree, because it's only a projection of what's on family search, it will show up with your correction.
How long does it take? From family search until
I think it's instant.
instant?
I think it's instant. Hey, so does somebody want to log in and try your own? All right, let's get out of this then.
Probably the worst one having me do it because I'm still in.
Let's let them tell you the steps. How about that?
That's great.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually get out of that and let you start there. We've just Googled virtual pedigree.
Okay.
And she's coming here and she needs to log in.
Okay.
Oh, now it's gonna go with the memory of who I was, so I'm gonna sign out and let you sign in.
Okay.
Okay,
Sign into family search. Here we go.
no,
No, you're gonna have to go. Sign out. We might be.
your name. How can I change that?
The browser,
After you sign out.
and then now go to a new.
Well, I did.
I thought you did too. It's still coming up. New tab, new tab.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, there you go.
So I need to go to BYU virtual. Right, first, BYU, oops, I can't type in front of people.
Whatever you can remember about it. If you remember virtual pedigree, if you remember BYU pedigree, if you remember BYU virtual, you're gonna find it.
I don't want to hit your lessons. So there it is.
You're gonna scroll down till you find the URL.
Okay. You are
Browse.
too close here. Do you know, is it from your flash drive that it's keeping you so?
No.
Family search, that why it's.
Oh,
Oh, yes, I am.
oh, you might want to sign out.
On
that.
the other browser, yes, I am.
Okay, that might be the reason. Okay. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Keith.
Working, logging into a computer, working and find out. Nobody's speaking.
Okay, so it does have to be a new window.
Here's a family search. It should be able to.
Okay, there you go. If any of you have are you doing it, Chris?
Well, I started and I found something on it that I was stuck on, I mean, like research stuck on, and now I'm finding it. It's amazing what wasn't there 3 or 4 years ago that's there.
Incredible.
That's why I got sidetracked, so I pretty much know how to do it.
Did you know that through COVID, they kept all of the church employees on payroll and had them attach record hints? They lined
No,
up-
that's
They lined up
cool.
record
That's
hints.
cool.
1,500 full-time employees clear through COVID.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Goodness. Okay, here we go. There, okay, I'm on family search. Now I'm gonna open a new tab. But I've got to close that tab
Oh, yeah, do that.
and
Yeah, yeah,
close
yeah.
that tab,
Uh-huh.
close that tab. Okay, now I'm on family search. And it's still me. And then I should be able to do, let's try it.
Look at that, Keith, that BYU football used to be right there top.
Don't give me a break. That was a bad year.
You know what, I have as many red shirts in my house as I have blue, so.
I like to vote so I can see.
It's still letting you in there.
X out over here and see if it will
Everything else, we'll just X out of everything. Okay.
just X out up here maybe.
Oh, we're on recording. Okay.
Not this one, not this one.
Not that one. I don't
Oh, you
need,
can stop the recording, actually, by the way.
we can stop the recording.
Yeah.
And
Click more.
You know, if you send in virtual pedigree, you should just be able to do it.
Right here,
Family
and-
search.